Yo, what's up, you absolutely beautiful gamers, and welcome along to episode number 2 of the Best Pro Clubs build series. This one we're obviously focusing on the much anticipated striker build, which again was one of my most popular builds last year. Between that and the goalkeeper was very popular builds. I will be coming with an alternate striker build after the kind of main one. This is the main meta build that I'm focusing on today. We are focusing on Jenks23, who's quite a popular kid round about the scene, very nice guy as well. Please remember that the Best Pro Clubs Build series is sponsored by UltimateFIFA.com. I've obviously spoken about this website many times over these videos. Go check it out. It's run by Coley, who now runs Jublos, and a very old established team on FIFA. So check out that website. I'm sure Coley's updating it all the time with different information and stuff, and it would be absolutely fantastic if you go over there and check it out and give his Twitter a follow. He's sitting on 30 odd thousand followers, so as I say, quite a popular website, quite a popular Twitter, etc. And give that a wee follow. Also featured in today's video is the VFL website. So go check that out. Obviously we show some stats from the VFL website, and VFL is obviously very popular in the Xbox community for your kind of weekend needs in terms of FIFA. As to getting to Jenks and his build, obviously popping up on the screen, Jenks is obviously sitting with I call this the meta build for strikers, but it's the 5'4" with a £99 striker. It says here that he's 87 rated overall. This obviously depends where he's attributing his skill points, etc. to. He's at the moment he's got 324 matches played, 251 goals, 105 assists, etc. But obviously, speaking to Jenks, he's not actually played 324 games. I think a few of these are actually backouts, but let me go over the actual video. So basically, in terms of questions that I asked Jenks, how many games have you played to obviously max out your pro, and how many did you back out of? His reply has been he hasn't got a maxed out pro, but he's obviously hit level 20 and he's happy with what he's got. He's smashed out 200 games at the start to get used to the game and the mechanics, and seeing it genuinely played in different balls, and the rest were backouts. So he's got about 200 games played and the rest are backouts, so obviously over 100 backouts, which quite a lot of people doing this FIFA is backing out of games, just swapping about in turns due to how many games it takes to actually level up your pro. Asking him how many tournaments he's won in 11 man. Obviously 11 man is the most competitive facet of the scene that we have. Obviously there's 11 man, and then underneath that is VFL in terms of like the competitiveness. VFL was different varying degrees of competitiveness, but 11 man is just straight up cutthroat. If you're not winning, you're basically called a trash can, a reject, has been all these different things. Jenks has won 10 plus in his time over the 11s in the past 3 years, and he won 7 last year, which is obviously his personal best by far. Asking him about his tournament wins on VFL in terms of leagues and cups, Champions Leagues, UEFA trophies, etc. And a wee breakdown in that. He's won 20 awards in total on his time on VFL. He's won 2 La Liga titles, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Bundesligas, 1 Championship, a World Cup, a World Series, a Super Cup. These are 2 11-man things. An FA Cup, Copa del Rey, Copa de France, World Cup bronze boot. Plus he's got 50 caps for Wales, and he's got a 1+ award for Super de España and a late night cup as well. He's been playing VFL for 5 years on and off, but full time he'd say the past 3 years, where he's also been playing every season competitively and winning many things along the way. And Jenks' gamer tag, if you want to talk to him or ask him any questions about his build, etc., is Jenks23X on the Xbox. I asked him about his attacking stats on VFL. A lot of people really go for this stuff in terms of like attacking stats and stuff, and you're obviously going to want to know if this build is good, and you can't basically figure out if a build is good just by looking at it. You have to actually know about stats and stuff, and you also have to facet in as well that it's subjective, because this build might be good for Jenks, it might be good for you, but it might not be good for me. So this is why I'll bring out alternative builds as well. He's roughly got about 450 goals, 200 plus assists, but his exact stats, for example, last year's stats, he got Team of the Year nominee, with 108 games played. He got 97 goals and 47 assists, with 50 playing Ram and 50 playing striker. He's also Wales' top scorer and assister with 38 goals and 28 assists as well. His best goals tally and assist tally in a single season was in FIFA 21, 32 games played with 38 goals and 7 assists, and having the most goals on the site in higher tier, and also the most contributions on the site. And you need to factor in as well that 98% of the games are 11v11, and it is really, really difficult to score an 11v11, especially when you do hit the higher tier in terms of VFL, and then after that, obviously 11 man as well. I've asked him why he sets his pro up basically the way he does, in terms of his traits, height and weight. He sets his pro up in a striker build at 5'4", 99 pounds in a specific FIFA to be nimble and sharp in and around the penalty area, where he finds he scores most of his goals, picking up a tiny yard here or there to get the shot off and play that extra passes. The agility and dribbling can that he's got set up can get his pro out of small pockets of space and make half a chance or half a yard for himself or his teammates. With this build, they can hang on to the shoulder of the defender almost 9 out of 10 times, beat him for pace and LBY or just a wide pass, and he can get in on a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. In terms of archetypes that he's using the precision pass for the first time shot and the active first touch with the maestro archetype, and the finish archetype. So for the Perts, I use specifically as the first time shot as a must. And I feel these are also clutch moments in games where you can only get one chance and one moment to shoot at goal. It helps so much with finding a bottom or top corner and beating the keeper most of the time with the first shot that's on, for the premise of taking the ball on the half turn in the box and giving you a nice touch out of your feet to take the shot or lay off a teammate, which is obviously really effective in 11 man. This also leads to where he's using the precision pass as it comes into his players many times in tournaments. You may only get that one opportunity where you see your attack getting behind the defender or create the space for themselves, so the precision pass is perfect to finding your teammates and creating an opportunity for them to score and win the game. Jenks has been actually really, really, really in depth. So, it obviously goes on to say, as for the archetypes, the two I feel that you need for sure. With how he plays the game personally, as the maestro archetype is perfect for nimble and turning in and around the box, with the balance and control being hanging along with the dribbling when 1-on-1 with the defender, and the finisher archetype optimises what's needed from a striker, and that's goals, and that's why I use it for those chances that fall to him whenever to make the difference in the game, whether it's equalising or scoring or winning goal in a tournament or high pressure situations, to be the difference in the game. Next part I asked him was what did he think. I asked what do you think your style of play is? What's your favourite situation against defenders? This is obviously to give you a kind of feel of the ball and stuff, and the situations that he gets in and develops for himself. He feels his play styles definitely vary, but mainly like to play on the shoulder off the last defender and get in behind and score goals that way. It's always his aim when he goes into games, but he also likes dropping in to help build up the play and make an impact with dragging defenders out and creating space for others to run in behind. I'm not the one to spam skills here and there, but when it's needed I can do it, as I feel his aim really is to score goals and try and win games and win stuff, whether that be VFL or 11s. I'm not one just to take time on the ball. If I get a half chance to shoot, I'm taking it, and whether that leads to a goal or a rebound, that's always the plan, to make the keeper to put the keeper under pressure. Most of the time it does with snapshots, and keepers don't expect them. And that's some of that what he's talking about is what I call percentage shooting. Where you'll shoot and you know you won't score, but what will happen is the goalkeeper will rebound it out into the box, and basically it then comes down to who's reacting first, whether it's the striker or the cam or whatever for your team, or whether it's the defensive unit from the other team. This ball will absolutely smash up small man. It will literally rip small man apart, because it's fast, nimble, agile. So I mean, it is a really, really good ball for small man, but in terms of 11 man, it's also very, very viable. I asked him, I just asked this, don't know why I asked this question, but I always ask it, and I say, basically, who is his toughest opponent? He's basically saying that his toughest opponent is Birdie. It's hard to pick one, but only Birdie I feel has the match with me most of the time, and not many from, more often than not from playing class. The amount of times I have with him, just last ditch tackles, and the amount of times he's done it is ridiculous, game winning tackles. and just all round being a very good defender. So basically that's what he said about that. So actually getting into the actual build to show you what he's actually got on, because we've spoke about everything now. We've showed you the build and we've showed you everything else, so it's just basically now getting into the stats, and it's fairly obviously we start with the pace. And quite interestingly, it doesn't have the pace matched out, but he's got 91 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. Now I feel here's a very important point, that once you hit 90, hitting 95 etc. is not actually that important, because most defenders are around about 90 as well and won't get much higher. So he's basically offsetting some of the skill points here down into other categories. I'm going to come back to the shooting archetype and go into he's got 1 in physical. I was wondering what he had in there. He's basically got 1 in strength, probably just an overspill. He's got 5-star dribbling on. And there's the Maestro archetype that he was talking about to give him the ball control and the dribbling, which you can see is at 94 and 96. He's basically just made sure that both the 5-star skilling is on. So we're just looking at the agility dribbling to make sure that he's got the skill moves, and the same on the other side. He's got the balance, he's got the dribbling, the ball control on both sides, and then down into the skill moves to make it 5-star, and then finally the Maestro archetype brings us into passing. And as a striker, I don't feel that you need much passing in this FIFA. As you can see quite clearly there, he's got 83 passing, which is quite good round about the box. He's not looking to play long passes, crosses, or any of that kind of thing. He's just looking for short, nimble, fast A passes, RBA passes into other people's feet, and Y passes or double Y passes to bring other people into play. So that finally leads us into the shooting category, and obviously there's quite a considerable amount on the shooting category in here. He's obviously level 20 as well, so he's not completely maxed out and doesn't have every skill point, but he's also got round about 87, I believe, skill points that you have at this stage. So in the first kind of block here, he's got a free kick accuracy, which is leading into head accuracy, and free kick accuracy again, which leads into the weak foot because he wants 5-star. It's a really peculiar setup this year, the way they've got this all done, and it's quite annoying actually. He's then got penalties, which leads into the shot power. I mean, this kind of stuff is to me, is a bit ridiculous. Why they have a penalty situated there just to get into shot power, but that's for another day maybe. Then leading into the second block, he's got finishing all the way down, and then it leads into finishing and volleys, and then the finisher archetype, which we spoke about earlier, giving him 88 long shots, 82 shot power, and a 97 overall finishing. He's got long shots in on the second kind of tier here, and again a weak foot to give him that 5-star weak foot, which obviously is pivotal if you're looking to shoot in any situation. He wants to be able to do it on either or foot. So basically that is going to do it with Jenks today. Really interesting build. Much thanks to Jenks for the massive amount of input that he gave to this. Sometimes I ask people questions and they're very reticent to answer. I think maybe, I don't know if they feel embarrassed or they don't want to like overcomplicate things, but the more information that I can receive, the more I can put out in a video. Obviously it makes the video that bit longer, but it is what it is. We don't want to just basically fire these out with, oh, this is the best build, and don't have any rhyme or reason as to why it is the best build. I believe this is like a really, really good striker build, and I believe that quite a few people will take a lot of the stuff here and use it and implement it into their own kind of system. So thanks very much to Jenks for that. I will catch you all in the next video, which will probably be another Best Pro Clubs build series. I've managed to get everything sorted in my end in terms of tournaments up and running, Discords are sorted and all this kind of stuff. DM and teams have been really, really busy with a lot of stuff going on, so videos have not been at the kind of forefront of what I'm doing. But here it is, Best Pro Club striker build of FIFA 22. Thanks very much again, Jenks. If you could, please leave a like, comment if you want to see anything else, and please subscribe to the channel. That's basically the be all and end all of why we make these videos, because supporting it, giving a wee subscription is basically what anybody making a video is looking for. Till next video guys, I shall catch you all later. Take care of yourselves. See ya.